everybody, Drew here from Pella Cars. Super excited to bring you guys another gem. This 2007 Corolla only has 94,458 miles on it, and like all our cars, it is not from Rochester. Where we got it only gets about 38 inches of snow per year, so underneath is super clean and the body's not all rusted out. It does have some cosmetic flaws, so that's the purpose of this video, is just to show you the entire car and make sure there's no surprises when you come to test drive it, or of course if you order the car online and have it delivered, which about 45% or so of our customers do, whether you are just a couple hours away and don't want to make the trip, or whether you're we've sent them to New Mexico, Texas, Idaho. I think that's about the farthest, and we bring them in from Japan. So logistics are no problem if you want to have it delivered, but still we don't want there to be any surprises, so this video will point out the flaws. So it does have this little scuff on the bumper here. There's like a chip in the paint right here. And a little scuff right there, and just a couple like light scratches. Not sure if you could see that on the hood. This, I don't know what it is. It almost looks like somebody touched up a chip with white paint. I don't know, but it is there and would want you to know about it. So coming along the side, just a little scuff underneath the bumper right there, and there was some damage here that's been touched up. I'm not sure if you could see that, but that was all scratched, and some of the scratches had surface rust in it. That's been touched up, but not perfectly by any means. This car was extremely well taken care of, and there was tons of evidence of that throughout. One of those items of evidence is these tires have probably less than 500 miles on them. They're new. They came on the car. They are Bridgestones though. So at this point, I don't believe Michelin, which is the most expensive tire, even makes an option in this size anymore. But Bridgestone Ecopias are, you know, literally this person brought their car for tires and was offered a wide range and chose literally the most expensive tire available for the car, which is a really good indication that they addressed, you know, maintenance and repair with the same kind of, you know, open checkbook mentality. So that's what we look for, is cars that are extremely well taken care of like that. Moving along the side, there's some scratches here that have a little bit of surface rust in them that were not touched up. Door ding here, door ding here, door ding here. A bunch of door dings, very easy to see. See my leg down there? That door ding right there, there. Just, you know, little stuff like that. That hubcap must have been replaced with a generic. I mean, you wouldn't know unless I pointed it out, but that's not a Toyota hubcap. I can't think of a single Toyota ever that had, or at least in the last 25 years, that had the fake lug nuts on it like that. See how there are holes instead on the genuine cap. Along the back, there's this little gouge right here where they backed into something, and then this little crunch right here where they backed into something. Other than that, like I said, extremely rust-free underneath. You could see the there's a couple photos. I'll try to give you that same angle. As you can see, very clean. Now, for example, in our row here, like that one's from Virginia. That's going to look almost like a Florida car. That Dodge truck over there, that's the shop truck and plow truck, and that's from here. So for comparison's sake, as you can see, big chunks of the wheel well missing. So big difference. I would say this car is about 2/3 of the way from that, you know, rusty Rochester car to that Florida car. It's somewhere in the upper middle. Very clean. There's a scratch which might buff out. It almost looks like it's transfer from, you know, the paint or plastic or whatever they rubbed against, but there's the scratch there, and just, you know, some standard dings and chips along the side. No major drama. And then we're back where we started up here. Inside, this car is as close to perfect as you're gonna get. The seats are beautiful, no smoking, no evidence of eating. There is a coffee stain, we'll get to that because it came back, we'll get to that. These stains are super common underneath floor mats, and I still to this day cannot figure out why that happens. It's the warmer the climate the car is from, the more it is. I think it's almost like the tar that is in the undercoating like melts from the pressure of people's feet and the heat from underneath the car or something. I have no idea, but it does have those stains, and the floor mats are in the trunk and were savable. Not perfect, but savable. Inside here is just incredible. Again, no smoking, no evidence of eating. There is this little glue spot where there was a a little item glued right there that we removed, but the glue spot stayed behind. Everything in here is beautiful. Like every 9th gen Corolla, this guy here pops open when you hit the gas. It just kind of flops back. Most people leave them open. Extremely common. It's actually rare to find these cars that even have these doors anymore. It was their big defect. These cars are absurdly well made and very, very reliable, and they have very few chronic complaints, and that is one of them, those little doors, which, goodness, compared to cars that are made in the last couple years, that's a high-class problem. There's like that little discoloration spot in the center of your screen there, and this seat's perfect. Now, what I was telling you guys about that stain, so it's right here, and I know for a fact I can get it out. The only problem is it's what's called a tannin stain, and you'll get it out, and then as this dries, as the seat dries, it bleeds back up and through. So being, you know, like while shooting this video, it's a cozy 22 degrees and windy. If for any reason you're in a hurry to get this car and we cannot, you know, get that out, verify that it doesn't come back when it dries, because the more you do it, the less likely it'll come back. So, you know, shampoo, dry, it's just hot water, but, you know, extract, dry, eventually it won't come back because you get it all. But that's very difficult to go through those cycles. Again, 22 degrees and windy. So worst case scenario, we can put that, if you're local, of course, only, we can put that on your contract that, you know, we will stand by getting that stain out, because candidly it was not even like that. It was one small stain, like a coffee spill, and the hot water just spread it out and it came back when it dried, unfortunately. So other than that, this interior is just incredible. These are very, very comfortable seats, much more so than the newer Corollas that went to the you know, that fabric that instead of having like a fuzz to it like this, it's like flat, almost like what like backpacks and duffel bags are made out of. These kind of hug you, and they're, you know, very, very comfortable. So gonna take you guys for a ride. That's what makes these cars special. These 9th generation Corollas, 2003 through 2008, they are absurdly simple. It's a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder and just a plain old 4-speed automatic transmission. Nice, and everything's smooth. They're very, very reliable, made out of high quality parts. And because they made so many of these cars, and because they were designed to be assembled quickly and all over the world, they're easy to fix and the parts are cheap. So, you know, simple design, easy. Millions of them made, cheap parts. So just an absolutely wonderful car. It drives quite a bit softer than like a Honda Civic or a Mazda 3 from the era. Toyota was still kind of chasing the feel of American cars. In fact, we import cars from Japan, and we've had a couple Japanese versions of cars that were sold here, and the first thing we noticed when they got off the ship and we picked them up was how much stiffer they are. So Toyota actually tuned American market and Canadian market cars to ride like soft American cars that people were still used to. You know, maybe people that got their licenses, you know, their driver's license in the 80s, you know, that's who these cars were aimed at, even though they were made, you know, 25 years after that. So just a nice soft ride for what it is. It has to be balanced. It's a light car, so it can't be too soft or it'll bottom out, but it's not stiff. You know, Mazda and Honda, they seem to go for, you know, like it's a little race car, but with no power, whereas like a Chevy Cruze or a Chevy Cobalt of this era rode nice, like an Impala. So of course that's my opinion, but really, really enjoy these cars. Nice and smooth and quiet. It has more than enough power. I don't think I'd want to tow a boat with it with a family of 4 in the car, but more than enough power. As you see, it just picked up highway speeds without a problem. We're gonna go just past this snow that's in the road here. I'm gonna take my hand off the wheel for you so you can see it drives perfectly straight. We're going 60 miles per hour, and I'm gonna hit the brakes really hard. So as you see, no shakes, no shimmies. Thank goodness nobody behind me. Tractor trailer pulling out in front of me, unfortunately, so we won't get to do that again. Actually, we'll turn around in that same driveway if we can, and go back the other way and just do that again so you get your full-length test drive. Point is, it drives just absolutely beautifully. Maybe this time we'll, oops, slippage there, get on it. It's again 22 degrees and difficult. Fast takeoffs on snow aren't going to be great, but let's see there. So we're going a little bit more pickup, like we're merging on the expressway, coming into snow on the road, so not jamming the brakes. Once we get through that, super sketchy. There we go. Hand off the wheel. nice and straight, perfectly straight, and gonna hit the brakes again, not put myself through the windshield. And other than the curve in the road, as you see, it stops beautifully. No shakes, no shimmies, no rattles, no pulling, no pulsating, nothing. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you're at a distance and you want to buy this car online, you are more than welcome to. Again, that's probably 45% of our business these days. We can send it technically all over the world. If you are watching this in Africa or the Middle East, just check the website for pricing and availability, and we can get the car to you. It is cumbersome, as I'm sure you'd imagine, but we can get it to you. And of course, if you're local, we would love to meet you and have you do a test drive. As you see, it's wide open here, and as long as you don't pick one of these, oh, look at that, nice and toasty, 23 degrees now, it went up. So as long as you don't pick a day like today, you know, even a day like today, if you get out and you're just careful, it's wide open, not traffic, and we'd love to meet you in person and have you test drive it. And just throwing it out there, if this video was helpful in your car shopping outside of this specific vehicle in our dealership, thumbs up is super helpful for our business, and we'd really appreciate it. And if you want to see more videos like this or check out any of the ones from the other cool cars we have, just subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. And I say this in the end of a lot of videos. Older cars like this, like that 98 Corolla right there, it's Southern, no rust at all. Videos of, you know, intimate videos of these cars are going to be precious, and, you know, as years go by, and they really do disappear off the road. So if you're into cars and you just love like that kind of a lineup, feel free to subscribe. We only use the channel for this purpose. And again, that thumbs up really helps our business. If this video helped you, but you know, you don't intend to buy, but just want to give us that thumbs up, it's appreciated. So thank you guys so much, appreciate it, and hope to meet you soon. Bye-bye.